you can still win the game if you watch the coin toss at the beginning of the game. But today we're going to talk about both sides of the Asea coin. Obviously, one side is a product. We have a tremendous product, array of products actually. You're going to hear a lot about that today from people who are very, very qualified to address the product health side of this technology. The flip side of the coin is the way the product is made available in the marketplace, and that speaks to the business. And you're going to hear today from a really interesting cross-section of folks who've been engaged in the kind of distribution model that Asea wisely and strategically chose to use when they brought this product to the market. In fact, I was doing a little bit of a calculation. Between everybody that you're going to hear from today, there's somewhere between 300 and 400 years experience in this industry of word-of-mouth distribution. So it's a rich, rich pool of talent and wisdom and experience to draw from. But you're going to hear from a real diverse cross-section of people who bring different skill sets and different career backgrounds. Let me give you an idea. You're going to hear today from an anesthesiologist, a physical therapist, a former stockbroker. You're going to hear from a minister. You're going to hear from serial entrepreneurs, an ER tech, and a travel agent. You're going to hear from an interior designer and a restaurant employee. You're going to hear from someone who runs a huge birthing center, midwife clinic. You're going to hear from a foot surgeon, a retired foot surgeon who's also a serial entrepreneur. You're going to hear from folks who have, you're going to hear from a ski instructor, and you're going to hear from, I think that's probably a pretty good representation who we have. If I've left somebody out, I've left your career description briefly out, you can fill it in. But everybody brings a tremendous sense of history and perspective to what we're talking about here today. So whether you're brand new, hearing about this or looking at it for the first time, or if you're an experienced part of the distribution team globally, we're thrilled that you're here. You're going to take away today several nuggets. Get your notepad ready. You're going to hear from people who, I'm going to look at you, Jackie. You're going to hear from a newlywed and people who've been married for decades. And so we've got the spectrum here. We represent different parts of the country. We represent different perspectives on everything from politics to faith to you name it. But we come combined with one voice to talk about a technology that has impacted all of us individually, the people that we know, people that we care about, and the ripple effect of that has traveled around the world today to over 30 countries. You're in a great place at a great time, and so get ready, buckle up, get your notepad out. Yes, this is being recorded. There'll be different segments of this that come out. Oh yes, by the way, happy birthday to Dr. Maureen Hayes, one of our first presenters. Dr. Maureen is in Galveston, Texas. She's an anesthesiologist. She's married to a pediatric anesthesiologist. I can't imagine what dinner conversations are like at their house, but they're way over my head, I can tell you that. And she's teamed up with Jerry White, who is a physical therapist and a trainer. By the way, his wife's going to be on today. She's a world-class triathlete. So you can hear from somebody who really comes at this from an athletic perspective as well. So I'm just going to pass the baton right now to Dr. Maureen Hayes and Jerry White from Spokane, Washington, someplace near there. And you guys take it away, and then it's up to you to pass the baton to the next speaker. We will only interrupt the presenters if they go over time. So between Cindy Buck in Colorado and myself here in North Carolina, we got a long hook. And so we're going to keep this thing on track and moving so that we can make sure you get the most out of the time that we've promised you, a 2-hour block. So here we go. Dr. Maureen Hayes and Jerry White, it's up to you.
Hey, thanks, Ed. And welcome, Jerry. We're going to try to keep this simple for you guys. You know, we want to empower you because when you first get involved with this company and you hear about redox signaling molecules, you know, that's a lot. You know, you may have experienced them for yourself. You may have seen what they've done for other people or watched some of the videos. And you know that what's in here is almost miraculous. And yet you want to share with people when you turn to tell about it and what do I say? What is this stuff? Why does it work? You know, we like to say hope, bottle of magic in a tube, but people want a little bit more of an explanation than that. So we're going to give you some very simple concepts that you can share with other people. Sherry, do you want to put the slides up?
Here we go. All right, we're good. Welcome, everyone. Thank you, Maureen. What we want to first help you understand is a universal explanation for the redox signaling molecules. How do they work differently than other molecules? The first thing we need to know is that they're very, very tiny. That's a big factor in how well they can get to where they need to go. And how do they get there? Well, it's absorption. They are actually absorbed through your tongue, cheeks, and gums. If you take this orally and swish it around, literally most of those molecules will be absorbed through the mouth and all of its parts within a matter of 25 seconds. Once they're there, then there's a really critical piece that switches on and off the aspects of the what we call the genetic channels. And when that occurs, we can cause what's called a cascading series of events. And this is where one event leads to another. Think of dominoes, ending up with a big bang at the end, whatever your cells are trying to accomplish. And in that cascading effect, what are those things we're accomplishing? We're really getting the resilience to react to the difficulties and stressors that come through our lives, and that leads to overall wellness. So if you practice those words, maybe pick up your phone and take a picture of them and think about through that process, that gives you an idea of what the Asea molecules do. And I'll just jump right into the next piece to keep us flowing here, and that was, in this case, the manufacturing process. Why are these molecules different than other molecules? What makes it? Somebody says, well, tell me the formula. Well, the formula, you can't tell the formula because that would be like stealing the formula for Coca-Cola or Kentucky Fried Chicken. So they keep that carefully guarded, and the molecules are made through a magnificent process that's incredibly well cared for, but it has a very tight set of parameters. What it's actually doing is we take sodium and chloride, and that's called salt, dissolve it in water, and as it goes across a gradient, it's at a low energy state. And so if you were to use just plain salt water, it would not be able to activate those switches I told you about. So the big key secret here is that Asea's got the ability to ramp up the energy of those molecules to the point where they get the switching done, and you can adapt to your world. Back to you.
Yeah, I love that, Jerry. And just to kind of simplify it even more, if you think about it, what Jerry was saying is you're taking these little crystallines. If you've ever looked at salt, it's in little crystals, and it dissolves in water because that is a lower energy state. So everything we're talking about here is energy. So what I like to use as an analogy is a battery. Think about if you're charging up these molecules and they're little sparks, right? And the thing that was thought to be impossible was to take these little sparks that are fleeting, that are very, very reactive, and stabilize them in a solution so you could put it on a shelf and use it later. They were able to do that. But what happens is, what Jerry was saying, when it's absorbed through your mouth, what we call the oral mucosa, there's a big word you can throw at people, through the oral mucosa, it goes to work. It's directly absorbed into those cells, and it goes to work. So two cells tell two cells, tell two cells, and pretty soon you've got all these cells going. It's kind of like dropping a stone in the middle of a lake, and that ripple effect, right? They're affecting the ones that are right by them and turning things on, like Jerry says. So it's kind of like a battery. There's what we call a potential in this bottle. And when you put it into the body, into the cell, that energy is imparted to the cell so the cell can do its job. So you know what, you guys, when you sign your $40 and you become an associate, it does not come with a degree in biochemistry or redox chemistry. So don't feel like you have to be the expert on this. There's plenty of experts that you can point to. There's plenty of science. If somebody wants to go down all those rabbit holes, we have Dr. Lee Osler and his many books on the science of redox that you can share with them, or you can point to the medical professional board, or you can send them to aseascience.com or redocscience.com for more information. When somebody asks you how this works, you can say, hey, it's kind of like our bodies are a flashlight. And as we get older, the batteries wear down and the light becomes dim. I stole this right from Alan Noble. And when you recharge those batteries or change those batteries out, all of a sudden the light is bright again. That's what we're doing here. We've got a brighter light. So keep it simple. Let people know that you're charging up their cells so that they can do a better job. And there's real science behind this. The science is done. We're not on trial. You can send people to it, but don't feel like you need to be an expert on the science itself. And a great thing that I teach my people is if somebody comes at you and they want to know more about the science, or they're asking about publications and whatnot, and we have them coming, y'all, and I'll let Jerry speak to that. But one thing I teach my team to say is, I don't know about that, but here's what I do know. We have a whole board of medical professionals who are using these products and endorsing them. I don't know about that, but here's what I do know. There's a site called realredoxresults.com that has over 100 short video testimonials on all sorts of subjects from people who are getting benefit from replenishing their cells with these products. So don't feel like you need to know all of the science. It's real, it's there. We'll help you with it. Just understand that what we're giving people is a way to get their cells to work better. Back to you, Jerry.
Okay, well, with that, we run up against our time block, so I'd like to introduce amazing Ann Glenn, who has just taken life by the horns, did not have a big old background in medicine or any of that sort of stuff, and done exceptionally well. They're out of San Antonio, Texas. And here's the amazing Ann Glenn.
Hey there, everybody. Appreciate your time today. We have a house full in the other room. I'm going to set the alarm so I know I'm on track and started my 10 minutes. So Jim is setting up my PowerPoint, and we're going to talk about mastering overcoming objections. So if you want to succeed in this business, it's not all about just introducing it. You got to know a little bit about how to overcome some of the things that come your way. My background is I have a degree in nutrition science. I've done nutrition fitness for 19 years. I do Asea full time, so I gave up my hat on the fitness coaching about 4 or 5 years ago when I did this full time. My previous background was 20 years in sales with a variety of businesses prior to, that's what paid for my degree. So again, we're talking about knowing how to prospect. That's half the work. Mastering how to overcome the objections is key to if you want to close that particular person that you're sharing with. So be genuine and listen to what that person needs. So you have to be compassionate. And this is Jim's computer, so he walked away, and I cannot. He may come right back. That is the problem with. I have my own computer and he has his own. I'm going to use the manual. There we go. So, the first one that might come up is I don't have enough money. And I just tell them right off the bat, I completely get it. We personally were broke when we started. We found a way. We borrowed money when we needed to. And I know others in the business who've done garage sales just to get themselves going. Where there is a will, there is a way, and I can show them how to do it. I sometimes share with people, if you want in 90 days, you can get a pay raise just by, I'm going to have to use his computer. There we go. I'm not going to use the mouse. All right. Just by doing something for 90 days, you can definitely get a raise. So I don't know enough people. I think of Daniel Matthews. She moved to Florida, didn't know a soul. She started with networking. I've done BNI. I've done Chamber. I've done LinkedIn. I've done Alignable. A lot of this business, you have to be able to market. Well, we have the perfect tool that Asea has done so wonderfully with social media. If you want to find me on Facebook, Ann Glenn, I also have a business page. That is how I am able to grow this business. And this is without leaving from home. I mean, Instagram has over 2 billion users. I have a page there. Facebook has over 3 billion users a month. The entire world is now on social media. It's the wave of the future. So if you want to learn how to connect with people. There are unlimited potentials, prospects. Now, some say, I'm scared of failure. And I totally get it. You know, when I first started into this, I was a little nervous. I was going out on my own. So you make a small investment, 40 whopping dollars, you know, compare it to other things of capital you have to invest in, franchise and so on. $40, you're going to get your money back. You're going to learn how to, we'll help you learn how to get a great ASEA income. And it's certainly worth finding it out. We are thankful that we found this opportunity and this product 8 years ago. Some say, I don't have time. Well, I love working with busy people. You know, women, moms, we are multitaskers. I'm sure men are too, but for sure women are, mothers are. You're already referring. I'm sure you tell your greatest movie, your greatest restaurant. Now you want to get paid to do it. I'm not good at sales. And I tell people, I'm not looking for salespeople. I'm looking for people who are willing to share the amazing product, share our story, share your story. If you don't have a story, share someone else's story and the opportunity. And going back to sales, you know, I run from the salespeople. So I got to get this thing back. Here we go. So we don't have time, and I'm not good at sales. Well, again, social media will help you with that. You're already referring, and so you might as well get paid to do it. And then lastly, oh, this is a pyramid scheme. Well, we know it's not a pyramid scheme because pyramid schemes don't handle a product. We have a deliverable product that gets to their porch. We know it works. So that right there, you should be able to overcome in a heartbeat. There's plenty more out there. And then we want to validate this with 3 ways. We encourage our team to get with us for 3 ways. Use the tool. I mean, the app is fabulous. The app can really help start your business, streamline your business, make it simple, make it professional. People are out there that are wanting a business opportunity. We look for business builders. They're also looking for a product that works. We know that it works. And to end all this, and I don't know how close I am on my time, but it looks like I got 4 minutes. So remember, people don't believe it when we say it. They believe it when they say it. So the goal in prospecting, following up, building these relationships is getting them to see in their mind that this is a product they can use and see results. We have science to validate it. We know it takes 90% see a change in 90 days. Like, you have to get them to the place. If they leave your coffee talk or your meeting and they're not convinced, then you didn't really do your job. So if they're not at it like a 10 or a 9 out of 10, where their interest level's high, well, then narrow down where it is. And I have found in my background in sales that it boils down to, if you can narrow it down to the money objection. They may make excuses that it's something else, but if you get it down to a money objection, we can show them how to earn this, loyalty reward points, fast forwards. Jim and I take at least 12 ounces or more a day. We use all 15 products. I don't push anything else. I don't use anything else. ASEA is all our passion in life, besides family and faith. But we are a product of the product, and we know that if you earn it and get it for free, then you can take more. So let ASEA help you in your journey. Let your upline help you in your journey. Go to ASEA United, find some great tools and tips. Listen to the Zooms that we have a variety throughout the week. Listen to Alan Noble on Thursdays when he's back from Asia. All of those things will help you in your journey. So I think I'm at, I've got 2 more minutes, but I know that our next speaker is going to be coming on in a minute. Ed Weens is such a wonderful leader in this business. We have watched him over the years that we've been in. Him and Rebecca are fabulous. They have an amazing growing team. So I think you're going to learn a lot from Ed Weens. and we're going to talk about network marketing. And I think you're just going to get such benefit from today's show. And again, if you have any questions, shoot me a message on private messenger, also in WhatsApp. But again, I have 2 business pages. Love for you to follow me. So y'all make it a super Saturday. Thanks.
Thank you, Ann. Appreciate that. So let's talk a little bit about, you can take the screen share down there, I think. I don't have a PowerPoint to add to that. So let's talk a little bit about the way that the ASEA product technology is introduced to the marketplace. Network marketing is a term. I don't know if it's been, I don't know if it's an official term, but it certainly has been the descriptive terminology that's applied to this sort of distribution over the last couple of decades, I guess. As I mentioned earlier in my opening comments, I think collectively on this panel, we have somewhere around 350 years experience in this kind of business model. Some of us are really old school. I was first introduced to this business concept 50 years ago. 50 years ago, I was 12. No, I was a little bit older than that, but not much. And so I've kind of watched this industry from a distance for a while, but really from up close and personal for quite a while, even long before it was officially deemed as a legal business operation in this country. You know, it went the same route as any other business model has gone. There's a time where an idea is a brand new idea. Franchising was a brand new idea at one time. And until rules were established and laws passed, there was a lot of crazy things that happened in the world of franchising. Obviously, it's flourished. It's around the world today. Same thing with network marketing. In the early days, there were no rules to define this. It was a new idea. But if you go back even before it was legalized in the 70s in the United States, and look at the pure simplicity of the business model, is simply based on the principle of word of mouth. I was in a mastermind group about 3 years ago, and collectively a dozen of us or so that were in that read some business books throughout the year. I was surprised to learn that conventional advertising didn't even become a reality, a real thing, until sometime in the 1800s during the famous chocolate wars. Prior to that, think about it. Prior to that, all the way back to the beginning of commerce, word of mouth has always been the only method for distribution. If you were a marketer of something, a widget maker, a craftsman, a farmer, and you set up your wares in a little shop someplace or at a marketplace, the only way to get the word out about what you had to offer was word of mouth. Well, we're kind of back to that today. The only thing it's different. Ann just gave you some stats about how many people today are connected around the world. So every company has to decide how they're going to make their product known in the marketplace. Every company, with their product or their service. Conventionally, they will spend a huge percentage of their revenue on just making the public aware of what they have, creating demand, and that's just conventional advertising, whether it's print, media advertising of all kinds. Today, it's internet advertising. Every company faces that challenge. Network marketing companies, of which there are now thousands around the world. The industry collectively is bigger than the movie industry. It's bigger than professional sports. So if you've got an outdated perspective, as many people still do today, do yourself a favor and get current information. You cannot make good, sound business decisions on information that is out of date, incomplete, or worse yet, inaccurate. So educate yourself and realize why some of the smartest business minds in the world today, the Warren Buffetts, who's the founder of Virgin? You know who I'm talking about. These guys are multi-billionaires. They embrace network marketing because they understand it works if your product works. Our founders made a strategic decision when they launched this company because they knew it was a product that needed word of mouth. It needed the testimonial factor. And that's why they introduced it this way. They could have sold the technology to a pharmaceutical company, had a chance to do that. They could have taken the money and run, but they wanted to tap in to a business model that not only works if your product works, but it allows the entrepreneurial individuals of the world to tap into the distribution side of it and literally generate financial health, which is which is part of the whole health spectrum. If you're some of you, the people that you know, people that are watching right now, your greatest source of discomfort and pain in your life is in your checkbook. This business model can solve that. And it's simply based on the fact that this product delivers results. And when the average person gets results, they begin to think about other people that they know who could possibly benefit from the product. And the great thing about network marketing is that the threshold of entry is so low that anybody can participate. Anybody can participate. If you were talking franchising, if you were going to try to buy the exclusive rights to market this product that has no competition, that has validated science, and you were going to buy the rights for your small town or your big city, most of us would be priced out of the competition. It'd be too expensive to do that. But for $40, you can have a stake in a business like this with the right to distribute via your word of mouth globally right now in 30 plus countries. That's just the start. This company has a game plan to achieve worldwide distribution. We've made a dent, but we're nowhere near where we're planning to be, where we're going to be. And you have a chance to participate in that and simply create the ripple effect of your word of mouth as it spreads around the world very quickly beyond the scope of your immediate influence. Today, reviews rule the marketplace. Think about it. When you book a cruise, you go to a hotel, you want to go to a restaurant someplace, you want to buy a product online, you want to find out what are people saying about it. Well, you can always find somebody complaining about anything. But if you collectively look at the combined testimonial catalog that's out there about anything, you're going to get a pretty good idea whether something's of value or not. And if you start looking at, and that's the only way this product is distributed. So I'm just thinking about our company founders. They had such confidence in the validity and the effectiveness of this product that they trusted it to the word of mouth distribution model, knowing that if your product doesn't deliver results, your business will go nowhere. So you think about it. We're a 14-year-old company. Why? Because the product works and the distribution model works. You've got people here on this panel, again, coming from multiple different backgrounds professionally. I can tell you that most of them today wouldn't take a pay cut to go back to whatever they were doing successfully before they got involved in this business. So the business side of this is as powerful financially as the product is physically. So network marketing, I've been a fan of it for a long time. I've been a full-time participant in it for 35 years at least. And I'm proud today to represent what I believe is the most fair, the most equitable, and the most noble way to earn a living in this life than anything else that I know. If you're a busy person, I commend you for looking at this because it can fit in the nooks and crannies of your busy life. If you've reached retirement age and retirement's not quite what you hoped it was going to be, this is your chance to make up the difference. If you're 60 plus and thinking it's time to slow down, let me just challenge you. Some of the greatest success stories in business have come from people who are in that age group because they've got experience, they've got contacts, they've got collective wisdom that'll take them far. If you're a brand new person, a young person, and you understand the power of social media, this is a dream opportunity for you. So step back, look at network marketing, embrace what it really has become. Not what it used to be in the 70s or the 80s. I was around back then and watched it. But what it is today, it's one of the most powerful business models on the planet, and it's within reach of everybody that you know. Everybody that you know. So I've got to introduce the next speaker. I need to find out, again, let me look real quick and see. Can you believe I'm ahead of time? My timer hasn't gone off yet. Make a note, Silverman. Make a note that I finished before my time. But it's a pleasure today to turn the mic time over to Chuck and Tammy Gates. These are good friends of mine from, going back into the early 90s. We've been around a long time, and Chuck is a serial entrepreneur, done many things through his life, but he embraced network marketing many, many years ago. Tammy has diversified her skill set over the years, and she brings a great sense of history and talent and personality to this business. So Chuck and Tammy from Helena, Montana. Thank you for being here and talk about getting people to simply take a look at what we have to offer. Chuck and Tammy Gates.
Well, thank you, Ed. And Tammy's going to do her own section. So I am going to just talk about prospecting and getting people to take a look. And I remember, as you said, I've been in this industry off and on since I was just first year of college. And then, but we've been full time for about 34 years. It's all we've done for a living. And I remember in the last company, I didn't know how did I get someone's attention? Who was the people that I would prospect? What did they look like? What do they do? And I talked to this gentleman. And I remember that month he was in my upline of that company, but his check that month was $43,000 for the month. And I thought, oh my gosh, if I could make that kind of money, it's worth learning how to do this. And so anyway, I asked him, I said, so what do I do? What do I do? What do they look like? Do I give them a product or do I give them a cassette tape? What do I say to them? And he said, hey, just close your eyes. And whose face comes to your mind's eye when I ask you this question? Who do you know that's caring? Who do you know that's ambitious? Who do you know that just reaches out to help other people? Who do you know that is a business person? Who do you know that's fun to be around? Who do you know that you've worked with in the past and you'd like to work with them again? And all of a sudden I had all of these faces coming in my head. And so I went and he said, give me one. And I gave him one name. And he said, well, let's call him. I said, oh my gosh, I don't even know their phone number. I'd have to look it up. I think she still lives with her mother. And he says, you got a phone book? And so anyway, he put me through the ringer and we called, and thank goodness it went to voicemail on the answering machine. But the gal called me back and I went and met with her. And at that time, she went on to join me in business and make over $10,000 a month for herself, which of course we made way more than that because we were above her. So it is just in your mind, you can think who is the people. And then the thing is you need to be observant. Just watch people and what do you know about them? What can you see? Are they a parent? People will do for their kids what they won't do for themselves. Are the kids in sports or are they in sports? Are they a grandparent? Are they struggling? Are they walking with a limp? And it's their looks. What do they look like? If they got a swastika tattooed on their forehead, probably not someone you really want to be in business with. And what is their behavior like? Is it somebody that's jovial and got a smile on their face? Is it someone you'd like to be in business with? Do you know, are they a shaker and a doer? Have they been an entrepreneur before? Do they have pets? I mean, this product works on horses, cows, dogs, cats, all of it. So be observant because those are all points to finding out what you might have for them. So then ask questions. Where are you from? How long have you lived there? What do you do for a living? What did you do before? All of those things are important. And just to get to know about their family, their likes, their dislikes. As you ask those questions, you're listening in your head to what they're saying. And in me, I use a checklist often in my brain, and that checklist is basically what I call the pearls list. And so as I'm talking to them, I'm finding out, are they a people person? Are they participating in the conversation? Are they an entrepreneur? Are they an achiever? What's their attitude like? What's their appearance like as I'm looking at them? Are they an athlete or do they have kids that are in sports? Because all of these things pertain to this wonderful product of Asea, making people's lives better. Then I go to resources. Do they have people resources? As Ed mentioned, people that they've lived different places. They know people, they were in the military. They know people even in other countries. All of that adds up to what I call your $1 million people equity. And then as you go on, is leadership. Do they have leadership? What did they do in the past? They say there's a natural born leader. Well, maybe the gene pool was kind to somebody, but leadership can be taught. And so they don't have to have been an entrepreneur. They don't have to be the president of the bank or something like that. Because leadership, once they see this and it grows, it moves them forward. So, and as you get all of that information, now you're able to kind of give them feedback and letting them know that you may have something of value for them in what their struggle is or what they'd like to do or how to use those resources that would pertain to them joining you in business. And so I like to say, you deserve to know. And so one of the things that was really interesting, we were at our convention here down in Dallas several months ago. And after one of the sessions, I was in the pub, everybody was in socializing, and there was a gal from Australia. And so here we were all in Halloween kind of garb and costumes and whatnot from the event. But we got visiting, and she says, "What do you say to people?" And she said, "There's someone in my upline that uses a saying and says, 'You deserve to know.' I really like that." I started that years ago. It's finally moved around the world, and now it's coming back to me to find out this was one of my great granddaughters in the business, and she didn't even know I was in her upline. But that really makes a difference, letting people know that they deserve to know. And so why would I say that? Because people, so many times, they'll go up to somebody and they'll say, you need to do this. I want you to. You should. I want to tell you. People don't want to be told, and people don't want to need to do something for you. And so but they do want what they deserve. And so if you put it into that, and the other thing is, if I would you. So if I knew of something that could help you with that, would you be interested in knowing more? If I could get you some information that would pertain to your subject or what you're dealing with, would you want to know? And so, and then again, you deserve to know. So be friendly, be happy. They say, and this is true, people are judging a book by its cover. And so the thing is that you're the book. They're looking at you, and nobody wants to be in business with a grumpy, unhappy person or a bossy or bully. Be that person that you want to be around for them too. And the other thing is, get your story down cold, how you got introduced, what would open the door for having that conversation. Get that down cold, so you not only can deliver it hot, but you can deliver it with sincerity, honesty, and passion. And so with that, it's one of the things is we all say in this business is facts tell and stories sell. So with that, I'm going to pass it on to our next speakers. And we have Miss Debbie Wexler and her daughter, Jackie Wexler Martinez. And so with that, I'm passing it over.
Thank you, Chuck, very much. And my name is Debbie Wetzler, and I'm speaking today with Jackie Martinez. And we're going to talk about ways to find and connect with people on social media. So social media, you're either found or finding people, or you want to be found. So the first way is finding people. And Facebook is really the easiest way to find people. So we suggest that you write down 5 interests that you might have. For instance, golfing, cats, dogs, knitting, Italian food, etc., whatever your interests are. And then pick one of those interests to begin with. And find 5 groups on Facebook that have that same interest. And look at great engagement posts, a post that has a lot of likes and comments that might be of interest to you also. Then copy and post that into the 4 other groups in order to start conversations. See who likes and comments and Then maybe set up private messages with those people in order to finally set up a private Zoom call once the product or business comes up in conversation and they show interest. Make sure they show interest before you say anything to them about it. Do the same with all the people in all the 5 groups, and to be in integrity, if it bothers you with posting somebody else's post, just say, I found this post and I was very interested in this and thought you might enjoy it, or something like that. And then see who responds to you and see who is interacting with you. And that's why you start by finding people. And Jackie, over to you.
So one of my interests, of course, is holistic health. I have found many people through other holistic health groups, holistic entrepreneur groups, both local and non-local. There's a lot in Colorado. And so what I'll do is I'll go to these groups and I'll go to the members page and I'll kind of go down the member list. And the first people are people that you have in common with other people. So maybe you have friends in common with these people. And I'll go through and I'll look at their profile. I'll make sure I want to connect with someone that has their face, not a cat face or anything else. Make sure it's friendly, like Chuck said. And then, I'll look at their page, see if they're active, see if they've posted in the last month. And then I'll see, what they do for a living, if they resonate as well in the health field. And so once I've established that, I'll send them a private message. Well, first I'll add them as a friend, and then they're more likely to respond to a message that way. So I'll private message them. And so I'm just going to say an example of what I've said to other people. So for instance, this person, I said, hi, Pauline, I came across your profile in the Health and Healing Business Networking group and was wondering if you'd be open to connecting and networking since we both have a passion for health. I saw you are in the beauty industry, smiley face. Would you be open to connecting and learning more about each other and how we can help and serve one another? So I go into it as, I want to help you too. Maybe she has a business of her own and maybe she doesn't, but I'm not going to know until I get on a private Zoom with her. But most people, I would say 90% of people are open. They're happy. I messaged them. I've even had people say, wow, you're very entrepreneurial and good for you to, message me and so forth. And so I just kind of banter just a couple times, say, where do you live? What do you do? And then I say, well, do you want to connect further on a Zoom to get to know each other better? And most people are very open. And so that's how I've talked to many people, connected to many people. And I do the 80-20%, where I ask most of the questions about them because I want to find their hotspots of where Asea might fit into their life. And then, of course, if they're a good person, they're going to ask about me. And I very, in layman's terms, talk about what Redox does and how it may help them. And again, if they show interest and want to learn more, they ask for more information. And so I'll email them information. And now with the new app, I see if they open it, see if they are really interested in it. And but before I close the conversation, I say, you're going to have questions about this. When can I reconnect with you just to answer any questions that you have about this? And it again shows them that I'm of the authority where I just want to answer their questions. I'm not being pushy or salesy, but I'm being of service and following up with them and showing that I really care. And so I've never had anybody not like that. I always have people say, thank you for following up with me. I really appreciate it. And sometimes I'll even send them samples and so forth. And that's really worked and been a favor to me as well, because usually people feel something with the sample as well. So back to you, Mom.
Okay. So to be found, if you'd like to be found on social media, especially with Asea, you post about the outcome of Asea, the benefits that you get after using it. Don't post about the science or explanations, especially to begin with. You can get to that later. There needs to be emotional connection. What they can do now is to post what they could not do before. For instance, maybe they'd like to jump up and play golf, but they have sore toes due to joint discomfort. and it's very painful for them to go. Think about what they would feel like if they could just jump up and go out and play golf and have a great time and not hurt anywhere. So that is the hook. So choose one of the benefits, for instance, better sleep. So I looked it up on AI, 9 different benefits for better sleep. Enhanced cognitive function, improved memory, focus, and decision-making abilities, better mood and emotional well-being, reduced irritability and mood swings, increased energy levels, more vitality and alertness through the day, improved physical health, lower risk of chronic diseases, weight management, better weight control and appetite regulation, stronger immune system, improved ability to fight off illnesses, enhanced physical performance, better athletic and exercise performance, stress reduction, reduced stress and anxiety levels, and enhanced quality of life, overall improvement in well-being and life satisfaction. So now you take those videos and you make 9 different videos about the 9 different outcomes. And make sure you're not saying ASEA. If you're going to use anything, say redox signaling molecules or redox molecules. And again, like Jackie just said, this is the 20-80 rule. Now you're going to post those videos, and you're going to post 80% about the fun you're having, the life you're having, the kids, the grandkids, whatever it is, your interests. But then 20% of the time, you're going to put in one of those benefits of what you get after using our product. And that's the emotional hook. That's what people will go to and start asking questions. And I know we've had success in people asking, well, how did you do that? Because, I have that same issue. And they are able to then want to know more about it. And you can get on one of those private Zooms like Jackie was talking about, or get them on one of our wonderful webinars that we have on a weekly basis. So that's how you can find or be found on the social media. Some of the ways. And next we have a delightful woman that I met years ago in Texas, going to the Texas events. And I loved being with her, as she was one of the sweetest, most down-to-earth, humble people I've ever met. She has become a leader in her team, and her team loves it for her, those qualities in her, and her peers love those qualities in her. And those values have led her to becoming the Business Builder of the Year. So it is with great pleasure that I give you Donalyn Domingo. I bow to you again, Donalyn. That's a joke between us.
Stop, Debbie. Thank you so much, guys. I'm so excited to be here with you today. And I'm going to talk a little bit about pregnancy. I've been a midwife for 18 years and delivered over 1,000 babies. And during the course of that time, I never expected to be sitting in the network marketing space. Did not even want to. But I had a health challenge that led me to redox. When I saw the results, I thought, what else do I have on my shelf that's 100% non-toxic and helps the body repair anything that involves cells? I need that for my girls. So I began to introduce it with their pregnancy childbirth classes, and along with the other supplements, and gave them an education so they could make an informed decision about what they wanted to do. And we got amazing results. So now I want to just give you a little snippet of what this does and why it works. During pregnancy, I know pregnancy is not interesting to everybody, but when you're pregnant, it's all you think about is your pregnancy, how things are, what's going to change, what comes next, and how do I do this, and will it be okay? The thing that I can tell you about pregnancy that's across the board accurate is that every stressor, every challenge, every compromise your body goes through, and it does do a lot of changing, results in oxidative stress. And we have a product that corrects oxidative stress, lowers it, will help your body work on a balanced, level playing field. So the things that you go through, they're not as complicated, they're not as severe. We can't help your body not grow and crowd all of your organs. We wanted to do that because that baby's taking up space. But you don't have to become ill. So we can't really, there's a lot of things I can't say and I can't recommend, but I can tell you to do your research, get your education. If this is 100% non-toxic, can't hurt anything, can only help. The moms that I educated said, well, of course I want that because I want to be the healthiest I can be while I'm carrying my baby. And I want my baby to be the healthiest it can be. And everything you ingest affects your baby, good or bad. So, so many things that they're trying to do don't necessarily help because they're taking tons of vitamins and supplements thinking, oh, this should be good, this should be good. And some of them did that without telling me. And then their liver gets toxic and they have other challenges. So I just want to say that if you are pregnant or have someone in your life that is, educate them. Educate their healthcare provider. Get them to a place that they feel comfortable if they are interested in drinking Redox. I never forced anybody. I had about 25% of the girls that were on the books within my care that actually wanted to do it, but they were the best 25% pregnancy outcomes that I had in my entire career. So we did some documentation and ran some statistics, and they're impressive. They are very impressive. I can tell you that the benefits I suspected are real. So I hope that some of you will actually investigate that and have amazing pregnancies. I always said I wanted you to have, what to say, a perfect pregnancy, a lovely labor, and a beautiful birth. And that's what we experienced with our girls. Now I'm going to shift gears just a little bit, just in closing, because this came to me and I thought I've got to tell people. I'm hoping there are some new people on here that want to hear this and know this, but if you're looking for something that will help you with your health, I experienced that. Or if you're looking for something that will help you feel like you're aging and looking younger, if you're looking for personal growth, that helped me. If you're looking for a way to better people's lives and be a force for good in the world, you really want to help people. If you're looking for a community of really good people to hang out with, if you're looking for an integral company to work with that is absolutely above board in every arena and has leadership that you know you can trust, and they will always be the best that they can be. If you're looking for a product that is unmatched, that is a technology breakthrough that will, and there's no competition. If you're looking for a way to retire, I didn't have one. If you're looking for a way to retire and don't really think you can use the skills that you're using right now anywhere else except in your profession, if you'd like to become all that God created you to be, and in a safe place that will constantly encourage you, then we have your answer. I'd love for you to, if you're just checking this out today, I'd love for you to get with the person that invited you, come join our team and learn from these amazing leaders on this today. And I know I've repeated some of the things other people said, but they're worth repeating. If you make tenacity your superpower, you will win in this space. You can't not win because everyone wins if they just don't quit. So thank you very much. That's it. Oh, wait. I am going to introduce David Silverman, and I'm going to pull out my little cheat notes. Thank you, David, for helping me with that. David Silverman, everyone knows him and loves him. He does many videos for us. He is a former podiatrist and board certified in foot surgery and foot orthopedics. He's on the Asea Medical Board, and I've enjoyed getting to know him there. He is an ambassador triple diamond. He's been awarded Mentor of the Year, Business Builder of the Year, and he's an amazing person we are blessed to have on our team. So, David, take it away.
Thank you, Donna Lynn. And make sure everybody can hear me. You can hear me, like Chuck and Tammy? Yep. Okay, cool. Let's see. Am I on the screen right now? I'm not sure. I can't tell. I am. Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you. And if I get pregnant, Donna Lynn, I will call you so you can help me. Okay. And we'll both make a lot of money. So first of all, before I start, I'm looking at the clock. I get 12:56 on my clock here. I got 10 minutes. I tend to talk a lot, but first of all, I want to start with something. I just want to say a prayer for the world, Israel, and the world with what's happening there. I never thought I would see what's happening around the world to innocent people, Jewish people. And I pray for the Palestinians who are hijacked by Hamas, which is a cancer. And I don't mind getting political with this. They're just a cancer on the world. And Tyler came to Maryland and he spoke about it also. And just want to say a prayer for the world, for Israel, everybody. As we can see, there's a lot of things that are out of our control in the world, but we have a lot of things in our control. And Asea has given us a lot of control over our health, over our skin, over our finances, over our security, over our fulfillment. So many things Donna Lynn just said. Very easy to get the benefit from the product. Just use it. I mean, just use the products, and just watch what happens over a week, a month, a year. Watch what happens. I mean, I'm 63 years old. I take no medications. People say, well, you have good genes. Okay. Well, my parents were on medications and my grandparents were on medications at 63 and I'm not. I am very grateful, very grateful. I don't forsake this product. I don't forsake this opportunity. I don't forsake Vertus and Tyler for turning this down. The offer from a pharmaceutical company. I thank God Debbie brought it to me and Cindy brought it to her. Tammy brought it to Cindy. Just going to tell you, I'm very grateful. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to talk about here in just a minute, but that's really important. I think we should all realize that. Easy to get the benefits from the product, and a little harder to get the benefits from the business because you got to do some work. With this, you just drink it and put it on and use all the products and watch what happens. So my topic here, let me just rearrange this a little bit here, is building Director 300s, because that's an integral part of the comp plan. Let me see if I can share my screen. I'm going to put my work hat on. If I'm going to work, I'm going to put my hat on. I don't have a PowerPoint. I'm going to draw this. Let's see. Jackie, can you see that whiteboard? Yep. Okay. So what is a Director 300? First of all, you have to know what it is, right? So Director 300, if this is you, for you to be a Director 300, you have to be active with 100 points a month, PV per month. And every week, you need to have 300 in volume on both sides, right? So let me just define what it is for people that might be new. Okay. So how does that 300 in volume show up there? What does that mean? So again, if this is you, that means that for you to be the Director 300, you have to have one personally sponsored person who is active on each side, right? They have to be active. So they have to have 100 points just like you do per month. And then there has to be a total of 300 volume. Well, excuse me, if one case is 100 points, that means in any week, let's just say you had 3 cases on the left and 3 cases on the right. That's 300 points. That's a Director 300. So that makes you Director 300. Well, where is that volume coming from? Well, it could be coming from someone that this person sponsored. It could be coming from somebody you sponsored. It can come from preferred customers. It's all volume, right? Preferred customers counts as 50% volume, but it's all volume. So it might be that this person is on 300 themselves for the family. But the point is, it's 300 points. Well, in the comp plan, this is a very important level because to become bronze, executive rank, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, it's all about on the binary tree, having a certain amount of volume on both sides, right? So 2000 on both sides is bronze, but you also need two D300s. You need two D300s. So I'm drawing this for you. Hold on. So on the personal tree, if this is you, let's say you need two Director 300s. Well, you sponsor all these people, right? You sponsor, I mean, I focus on people doing fast forwards and getting 20 people sponsored as frontline to you as fast as possible. And what counts as a Director 300? So a bronze is two of them. Well, this person could be a Director 300, and this person sponsors this person, and this is the person that becomes a Director 300. So two to be bronze could be frontline, be anybody in this leg. You can't count two Director 300s in the same leg. Okay. So how do you get people to Director 300? You sponsor this person. What do you want to do? First of all, you want to sponsor them in a duplicatable way so that they can duplicate you, right? And that's using tools that we've heard. Use the videos, use the Zooms. Don't be the educator. You being the messenger that you're bringing the information to, your story, and directing them there where they're going to where you're going to educate them with tools, right? And if you do that, then this person says, I want to make money. What do I do? Then you can say, do what I did. What you want to do to help this person become a Director 300, okay, which on the binary tree means they got two sides here, is you want to get into their warm market. You want to meet the people they are talking to. This is why we do three-way calls. This is why we do Zooms. You want to get into their warm market to third-party validate for your person that this is real, right? And know who they are. Because what if this is the person who's doing this, but they're not really doing it the right way, but at least they introduce you to a couple people. You could end up helping this person become Director 300 by helping them enroll people, or they could lead you to somebody. And now if this person is playing around with this and not being serious, but you've met this person right here and this one's serious, then you go treat this person as your frontline person. Don't worry about this person. If they're not coming to the Zooms, or they're not doing three ways, or they're in and out, or life gets in the way, don't worry about it. But if you got in their warm market and you form a relationship with this person, treat them like they're your frontline person. Help them become a Director 300. That helps that leg become a Director 300 leg. Does that make sense? So let me just get to this here. One sec. So is there a secret to helping people go Director 300? No, you do it. Build a solid, don't look, you don't want someone inching over the line every Friday be their Director 300. You want to help them go Director 700, bronze, and you want to have many of them. You don't want to just have, like, triple diamond is 7 legs with Director 300s in them, but you don't want to just limp over the line and get that. Shoot for 10, 12. I shot for 15. So every week I have between 11 and 13 Director 300s. I only need 7, but life could get in the way. People could quit. The other part of Director 300s is when you build a leg down, you want to find at least three people that are consistently Director 300s. 3 in a vertical. Why? Because if someone quits or someone gets off the product or someone dies or whatever it is, you can't control other people's life and the things that happen to them, but you can control one thing. You can control numbers. So you want to go wide enough with people, have enough in width, but you also want to stabilize it by having at least 3 director 300s that are consistent in each leg. And then you have a stable leg. And is everybody going to be an ambassador diamond? No, because not anybody can, but not everybody has the motivation, the will, the persistence. But if you build your business like that and down, then you can identify the handful of people that say, I want this bad, I am coachable, and I'm going to do everything you say. Okay. So hopefully that's helpful. Building Director 300s is just getting into their warm market and helping them and forming some relationships there. So I'm going to turn this over. I'm done. Wow, I did it in 10 minutes. I'm turning this over to a good friend, Jim. Jim Glenn, you already met the better half, Jim, no offense. But you know Jim and Ann from doing the Redox 5 every Friday night with Maureen Hayes and Lee Ostler. And just amazing. Came from a completely different background than me. I'm foot surgery. He's a stockbroker. So he loves the numbers of this thing, right? I love them too. I love them every Friday when they pay me. But we just focus on making people aware of the product, how to use it, and the opportunity. And Jim is a master at that. Triple Diamond, Jim Glenn.
Thank you, David. We love you as well. And I want to totally concur that we are praying. We're shocked with what's going on, and more shocked actually not more shocked, but what's going on in this country. We need to be out and be proclaimers of the truth. And that's definitely peace. So David, thank you. Guys, this has been an amazing time. I've got a page, that I'm taking notes here. And I do want to say one thing, Chuck, I think you didn't say this intentionally. But we're not a pyramid scheme. And Chuck, you made a comment that because you were above someone, that you were making more than them. And I want to state that I've got a young lady on this show right now, Miss Donalyn Dominguez, and she's beneath us and she's making more than us. And she's got someone with her that's maybe making more than she is. And I absolutely call this fair. That's exactly the way that it should be. And I would have people research a franchisor versus a franchisee. There's a significant difference there. You want to be the franchisor. So I did a real quick PowerPoint, guys, so it keeps me on track. Oops, I forgot to start my clock. Because I do have a tendency, like Dr. Silverman, to talk way too much. But guys, you must know the rules of the game. What do you need to be bronze and to maintain bronze? It's not just hitting it once and then calling yourself a hero. You want to maintain it. You want to keep doing it. So what is it? What are you looking for? How much income would you like to make? This is an older income disclosure. I know we need to be cautious in sharing this with the outside world. But if you're looking for ballpark $2,000 a month of annual income, then you need to start planning to do that. Know the rules. And this is in our back office. It's very simple to go into this. The ASEA ranks and qualifications. So for a bronze, you need 2 sponsorship legs with a director 300 in each, with a total of 2,000 volume in the lesser leg. And you need to have 200 PV each month. I'm not going to go into a lot of that detail there, but again, I think a lot of us already know that. When I was beginning with this, and again, Ann and I didn't have any experience. Again, like Dr. David said, I'm an ex-stockbroker, and I'm into the money. I'm into the numbers, I should say. But I heard I said buy Bo. By Bo Buck. So I got this from Bo. And if anybody wants a copy of this, let me know. I just took some cuttings out of this because Bo had it was on what we used to call the charge up call. And Bo had something that's called the rule of thirds. And so I kind of put this out there. Below is what Bo and I guess Cindy, they put together for associates in their downline in Australia who wanted clarity of what needs to be done to create. And I changed because they had gold. I changed it to bronze, but a bronze business and beyond. So the key, guys, is to make sure to set correct expectations. I hope that this will help them. Please call with any questions. So it is like Bo said in that second paragraph, this is truly a numbers game. And the people you think will do this as a business won't. And the people you think won't do it will. Like Donna Lynn, she said, nope. I hate networking. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to answer your call because I know what you wanted. So I didn't think she was going to do it, but I think we know what happened with that amazing story. So guys, it's the rule of thirds. It's the rules of any business. So your first goal is to make $500 a week, to be paid as bronze executive every week as soon as possible. So to be bronze, you need to, again, know the rules, be active. You need to have 200 PV every 4 weeks through your business, either your with what retail is being done, what preferred customers are doing, and associates. And again, your personal auto ships. And you need to be binary qualified, a left team and a right team. I don't like to call them legs. That kind of makes it a left team and a right team. One personally sponsored with an active 100 PV on your left, and one personally sponsored on your right with, again, they need to have a minimum 100 PV. So you must have two. What David talked about the Director 300s, you need two. They can be on your left team or your right team. They don't have to be one or the other. So as long as you're active in the one leg, you could have all your Director 300s in the other leg. You must have a minimum of 2,000 points, 2,000 PV. So that's 20 cases or any combination thereof. So in order for you to have two people who are D300s and actually taking the business seriously, like what David said, you will need to have two Director 300s. So what do you need to do? And this is where the rule of thirds come into play. In order to get those, you need 6 Director 300s to consistently have 2. You will probably need to bring 18 people into the business. So 18 total people you personally sponsor, and from that, the rule of thirds come into play, and you will get 2 consistently doing it every week. And then help to teach those people on how to bring their people, which is, again, exactly, and David is the master at doing that. In order to bring 18 people into your business, according to the rule of thirds, you will have to have taken 54 people through the education process when they watch a video. You do, and again, we have the phenomenal app now, guys. It's so easy to send out videos, and now we actually know when they watch the videos, but don't wait for them to watch it. Sometimes I go on the assumption that they did watch it, even though I know maybe they didn't. I'm going to call them and assume they did. So again, you need to bring 54 people through that education process and share the tools about ASEA and Renew 28 with them. In order to take 54 people through the process, you will need to touch base with 162 people. There it is. So where's your number? And again, these numbers go up. I've got a little cheat sheet that I created. It's all handwritten, which is what I used to do as a broker, to show people what their investments were doing. I don't want to minimize it to where it's just a numbers game, but it is a numbers game. If you want to be successful, you've got to talk to the people. Again, if you want to be bronze, you need to have 162 people that you've taken this through. Now, I've just got some other things I'm going to fly through real quick, but this is when I was a broker. It's called the prudent man rule. But I'm applying this to us. This is a business. This is the most highly regarded, most respected thing that I and Ann, and we've got a room full of people out there that are watching us right now, because we made this an in-home meeting as well. So we got brisket, we got chicken, we got tons of dessert. If you're in the San Antonio area, come on over, but we're having a party. We gather people. But we want to teach, to observe how men, prudence, discretion, and intelligence, how they manage their own affairs. So we help people needs of their beneficiaries, again, their family. This is a program that we can pass on to our beneficiaries, and the need to preserve the estate, the balance of what people have. Well, how better can you do that than to have a cash flow coming into your business, your home, on a weekly basis, and the amount and regularity of income? Again, when I was a stockbroker, guys, stock market did this. It goes up and down, and income goes up and down. But we have an income portfolio that we can do now, that we can create additional cash flow for people. So the rest of bronze and beyond is mostly mindset, guys, and daily reaching new people. This is the diffusion of what's called the innovation curve of a new product coming into the marketplace. So the innovators, early adopters, that's who we are looking for. but understand where ASEA is on this curve. Guys, we're way to the left. We have just begun with there's 33 countries that we currently market the product through. We have not reached a 0.00% of yet of even just in the United States. So we're so far from being a hitting flow or a hitting massive market penetration. And right now is the time to be a part of this and to start growing your business. Again, understand just how early we are, even though we're a 14-year-old company. And I want to verbally thank God for David, for all the people that are on here, guys, and Cindy and Maureen and Jerry and Ed and Weeds and Chuck, Debbie, Donalyn. We're laying the groundwork has been laid. All we have to do is hop on and go. Okay, so again, innovators, dream realizers, they're driven to change. They aren't afraid to fail. They explore iterations, high tolerance for risk and uncertainty. But again, understand, we do not have high risk. This is a low risk proposition. We want people that want change, internally motivated to change, respected and double the mass, early adopters, evangelists. That's kind of what I feel like Ed Weens and Ann and I are. We embrace change. We're self-efficacy. We like to be first to try. So these are the kind of people that we're looking for. Do you have these kind of traits? If yes, then we want you on our team. So believe you can, and you're halfway there. I'm going to flip through multiple of these. I've got about a minute to go. If you want something you have never had, you must be willing to do something you have never done. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. That's a huge one. You've got to get out of your comfort zone, guys. Never give up on a dream just because of the time it will take to accomplish it. The time will pass away anyway. The river cuts through rock, not because of its power, because of its persistence. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. A year from now, you may wish you had started right now. If you don't make the time to work on creating the life you want, you'll eventually going to be forced to spend a lot of time dealing with life you don't want. Ouch. There are only 2 days in the year that nothing can be done. I love this. One is yesterday, and the other is called tomorrow. Today is the right day to love, believe, do, and mostly live. I took this picture, guys, a number of years ago, and if you notice, that's a gigantic stump. A dead tree was cut down, but off to the side of it, from that same base, was a gigantic, beautiful tree. That speaks to me. Because see, I'm a little bit older. Maybe my time is up. Maybe it's over for me, but it's not. We are regrowing. We've got a beautiful root system in our team, and we're just going to explode this. We are building our dreams and fulfilling Vertus Norton's vision of taking ASEA and Redox to the world. Thank you, guys. I am now going to turn this over to one of my mentors, a person. Oh, I forgot to put on my hat. So sorry, David. I like that hat idea. So, Marcia White, she's kind of, I'm not going to say, I don't want to say like a mom, but she's like a sister to me. She's absolutely amazing. We love and adore them. We do so much. They have helped us so much along the way. And so with that, I want to turn over to Marcia White, who is going to be covering the Ascent Made Simple. Marcia?
All right. I'm going to hop right into this. Everybody's been so good about their 10 minutes, and now I'm panicking. It's like, what am I going to do?
You can do it.
But Jim, thank you so much for those words at the end, those sayings, because Ascent is so much mindset. We've got 20 weeks to go for you to still earn your Ascent trip. You can choose to do that today, or you can choose to panic at week, 5 weeks to go. I personally think that getting it done now is a whole lot better because, like they say, an apple a day is a whole lot better for you to digest than trying to digest 30 on the 30th day. It's about impossible. We've only been in this 6 weeks, so you can start with a clean slate now. I think what Jim was saying about mindset, man, guys, that is the whole deal. many of you know I'm a triathlete, and I got a little bit sick last week. I didn't get to do some of my workouts. And I tell you, it's been mindset that's been what I need to work on, not right now. Not that I need to get on my bike, my run, my strength, whatever, but the mindset to overcome, get me back in the right place. And that's what I would encourage you to do now. If you want to go to Ascent, don't just want to go. Tell someone, make a plan, get your mindset work. Take some of those pictures that Jim had, find some of those, post them around, and let's get at it, because it is exciting and so doable. I'm going to share my screen here. Let me go here. Shoot, where am I? Had this all lined up. Let me go here. Okay. And I'm going to go to a virtual office here. And I'll just do this one. That wasn't the one I was going to do, but oh golly. Okay, log in. Sorry, I thought I had this all done. When you go to your back office and you go to the home page, if you scroll down, come on, let me scroll here. It's going to take a second. There you go. Sometimes it takes a second. Be patient for the page to load. Right here in the middle is your Ascent box. This is a really important one for you to look at, and it's going to tell you a few things about what you have going towards earning the Ascent trip. It's going to tell you how many points you've earned for the point way, which we'll talk about in a second. It's going to tell you how much PGV3 you've earned towards the PGV3 way. And it's going to tell you how you're doing towards your enrollment volume that you'll need. Real quick, if you click on the Learn More here, you're going to be able to pull up the flyer. I'm just going to go through this really fast because I think everybody's kind of aware of this part. You have two ways that you can earn your trip to Costa Rica. One is through PGV3 growth. The other is through being paid at rank. You can look up this chart. It's going to tell you how much PGV3 growth you have, how many points you need. I'm going to let you deal with that because I only get 10 minutes. So I'm going to go back a page here, hopefully. Okay. And go back to here and talk about the nuts and bolts. If you are looking this on your phone, it's going to look a little bit different, and I'll show you when that is. But I'd like all of you at some point in time to go to, and you can do this on your phone while we're talking here, but find out what this number is here on your PGV3. Then you're going to click and just jot that to the side. You're going to click on the leaderboard button. You can do this both on your phone and your computer. This is one place that looks confusing because this bright yellow line sticks out. Ignore it. What you want to look at is these black words right below it. And you're going to click on My Progress. If you're on your phone, you're going to see a green hamburger menu over on the left side. So it can have like little lines. Click on that. And then you can go to choose My Progress. When you go to the My Progress board here, the first thing we're going to look at is the way to talk about if you're choosing to Ascent with your PGV3 growth. And this will not show on your phone, unfortunately. Under required PGV3, it's showing me for fourth prize, I need 35,185 points. What that's taking is the PGV3 I had in the last 26 weeks before the contest. It's added it to the 15,000 of improvement that's required for fourth place, and it comes with a total of 35,185. Well, if I want to know what I need to earn, I'm going to take this 35,000 number here. You're going to have to do a little math and subtract 2,705 from that volume. And I'm going to come up with a number. I now have 20 weeks left in this contest. That number is how much more I need to earn my team needs to grow in PGV3 before the 20 weeks are over. So I didn't do the quick math here. But let's say 35,185, and I'm going to do bad math here. but I'm just going to subtract 2,500. So it comes down to 30, basically around 32,500. I'm going to take that number, whatever it is, this fourth prize number, minus my PGV3, and I'm going to take the result of that and divide it by 20 weeks, because we have 20 weeks left. That number that comes up is going to be how much on an average I need to earn and help my team to earn in PGV3 every week for the next 20 weeks. Now, I don't want you to panic at that number, because remember, you're going to be helping your team to grow as those weeks go along. So maybe you'll earn a little less than that number this week in your PGV3, but by the end of 20 weeks, if you are working hard and consistently to help your team to grow, that number will be higher and higher and higher each week. But that will give you a basic goal. Remember, for that, you're going to be taking the fourth prize amount on your back office minus your total PGV3, take that number, divide it by 20, and that's what you need to average in PGV3 for the next 20 weeks. Now, you can look at that by going to your dashboard if you want to see what you've been doing kind of on an average lately. Go to your dashboard, and if you scroll to the, if you look over to the right and you scroll down to where it says PGV3 under the you're looking in the volumes section, PGV3, this will show you, of course, this week is 0 because we're just starting, but this will show you what your numbers were for the last 4 weeks and give you a little bit of a, ooh, I better get going, or hallelujah, I'm doing it, whichever it happens to be. But remember, we have 20 weeks, and each week, if you're helping your team to grow, those numbers should be growing as we go along there. I'm going to go back to my home page here by clicking on the word ASEA and go back to programs and promotions, go back to my leaderboard. And I can have a quick overview here. It shows that I've got, this person has 2.5 points. But let's look at the points way here. Let me say my time is, I've got 2 minutes left. Again, go to your My Progress. Don't ignore the yellow line. If you're on your phone, you're going to look for that green hamburger menu. Go to My Progress. And when you looked at, you pulled up your flyer, which you should all pull up and print off, you know, from your home page. You're going to find out that for 4th place, to get that 4th place prize, you need 8 points. You can earn points by either being at your lifetime rank, which if you don't know what that is, go to your dashboard and you can find that out, or your qualifications report. But you're going to look there, and this particular person is a Director 700 as their lifetime rank. So every time they hit, or no, they were a bronze, I'm sorry. And every time they hit Director 700, they're going to, their target rank here, you can see that, that's the same as lifetime rank. If they hit Director 700, they get a half a point. So a half a point times 16 weeks is 8 points. They have their rank points for that 4th prize, and they've got weeks to spare. And now on their total enrollment volume for 4th prize, you need to have 1,000 points of enrollments. The good news is that you get full enrollment points for preferred customers and associates. So if an associate comes in with 1 case of product, you're going to get 100 points. If a preferred customer comes in with 1 case of product, you're going to get 100 points. That might not be showing up that way at this moment. You can look down at your enrollments here. It may be only showing up as 50 for a preferred customer, but they are changing that, at least according to our diamond call this week. So it's so doable to get to the 4th place. And look at the chart, see what 3rd place is, see what 2nd place is, see what you want to do, break it down by how many weeks you have left, And guys, that trip should be plumb full of all of you. And I'm so excited to meet you all, see you all. And my time is up. So I need to introduce to you our great host, who is done, many of you know, Cindy Buck. She is just an incredible force for ASEA. She's a face of ASEA, heart of ASEA. I think her blood drips ASEA. She does so much for all of us in her Monday night call, and just being able to step in and run these back offices like no other. So Cindy, take us away.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Marcia. So my topic today, I hope you guys are really excited about the new app. We have been asking ASEA to work on their IT for I don't even know how many years, and it's finally here. We are ironing out any kind of wrinkles that are in the app, but it is working pretty darn well. So I hope you have your cell phone in front of you. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. I'm on an iPhone. And so you should be able to see this. There's my phone. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my back office. So if you follow me and do this on your phone, you can go to your back office. I'm going to log into my back office. And as I
We're not seeing anything yet.
You're not seeing anything?
No, not on the screen.
Okay, I wonder why. Let's see here.
Says you're sharing your screen, but it's just a big black
Oh,
screen.
maybe, let's try this again. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, do you see a bunch of boxes now with a lily bump?
Black screen.
Black screen.
Maybe start over, unshare and share again.
Yeah, let me try it. I don't know what's happening, and I might have to walk you through it if it doesn't work. Let's try it again.
Still a black screen.
Black screen. Let's see. Do you see anything now?
Nope.
You don't see my screen?
I don't.
Huh. I don't know what to do on this end to change that. Oh, maybe this. Let me see. Do you see it now? Hold on. It's thinking. Okay, and it's thinking, and it's thinking, and it's thinking. Okay, now do you see my screen?
Yes.
Oh, look at that.
I see something. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, we're going to go back to this. And so what I want you to do is I want you to log into your back office. Okay, do you see my screen there with my website on it? Yes, perfect. Okay, so I'm going to log into my back office. I want you to do this with me and log into your back office. On the upper left-hand corner, you're going to see what's called a hamburger menu, which is 3 horizontal lines. Click on that hamburger menu, and as you look down on the 5th line down, it says shareable cart. So you're going to go to the shareable cart. It says create a new cart. So you're going to click create a new cart. And let's just keep this really simple. Let's just build a personal redox pack. Let's go down to just a case of ASEA. Okay, we're going to put that on today's order. We're also going to put that on subscription. Okay, we're also going to scroll down further, and we're going to get down to a tube of Renew 28. We're going to add that to today's order, and we're going to add that to subscription. Then we're going to click the top where it says create cart. And now this is the thing that we're working on with ASEA. You got to go way to the bottom. And as you go way to the bottom, you have to save the cart. Then you have to name the cart. So I'm just going to put basic Redox cart. Okay. Press done, and I have to again go down to the very bottom and save the cart. And it's thinking, it takes a little bit of time. If your superpower is patience, like mine is, this is not bothering you at all. So we're waiting for it to load. And you can see that I'm getting wholesale prices because I put it on subscription as opposed to just doing today's order. Okay, and the next screen that's going to pop up any second now is share cart. Basic Redox cart. Okay, there it is. I'm going to share the cart. And when I click share the cart, a QR code is going to pop up. And then what I do is I copy at the bottom there, I just copy that QR code, okay? Now I'm going to go to the ASEA app. And I'm going to go to my site at the top. And then I'm going to click on buttons. Then there's a plus sign at the top. I'm going to click on plus. And I'm going to make the button name Basic Redox Cart. Then I'm going to paste the link right in there from the shopping cart and close. So I'm done. So now if I go back and I go to share, go to my site, and I'm going to share the link of my site. And let's just say I'm going to share it with, I'll put Debbie Wetzler in here. Her name's going to pop up. I'm going to send it via text. And I'm going to put something personal in here. I'm going to say, Debbie, check out the Basic Redox Cart above. So she knows that it's not some weird spammy thing. So she's going to get that. And when she clicks on it, what she's going to see is on my app, it says Basic Redox Cart. So you click the Basic Redox Cart button. And it's going to give you a preloaded shopping cart that has 1 case of ASEA and 1 tube of Renew 28 on today's order and also on your subscription order. So all she has to do, if she goes, oh, that's exactly what I want, all she has to do is put in her credit card and her shipping address, and it'll be all set up for her. So you can, once you have this set up, you can do this multiple times with multiple people, and all you have to do is share that same cart. So you can go back to the recording and watch that if that went too fast for you. But I hope that you're as excited as I am about what is possible with this new Asea app. So we wanted to make sure we gave you some very practical training today. And so the next up is Tammy Gates. Now, Tammy's going to show you the power of playlists. Chuck and Tammy Gates have built a double ambassador business, so I'd listen carefully. Get out your app and listen very carefully to strategy expert Tammy Gates.
Well, thank you, Cindy. I appreciate that. And I really appreciated that training on putting a shareable shopping cart on the app in a button. That's brilliant. So I want to just continue a little bit in the app and talk about a feature that the app has called playlists. And so think of a playlist, like maybe you have a playlist you've recorded on Pandora, or you've set up on Pandora or Apple Music or something like that. So you have thought about and chose what music you want to play. So like my girlfriends and I get together every Wednesday night and play cards, and everyone has a playlist on their phone. Sometimes we play country, sometimes we play jazz. And so a playlist can be created around a subject or a topic. And I'm going to share my screen as well. I created a little PowerPoint for you, and I actually recommend that you take some screenshots of these. Let me see here. Let me start this. So you will want to open your phone, open the app, and like I said, take some screenshots of this training so that you will have them in your phone. So when you open the app, you will want to click on the share button in order to create your first playlist. Then you will see the topic playlists, and you want to click on see all. Donna Lynn, I'm watching you, and I'll wait for you to get your pictures taken, so then I'll know everyone has theirs. So after you click on see all, you will see a list of icons of playlists if you've already created some. But for this purpose, I want us to create a new playlist. So you want to click on that plus button so that you can create a new playlist. And now the app is going to ask you to name your list. And so for this purpose, I'm going to help you create a playlist called Income Opportunity. And so you name your list whatever you want. So now you can see once you name your list, if you go back to your playlists, you can see that it's sitting there, the very first playlist, with no items added in it yet. So now you want to click the back button, and we're going to now go back and load this playlist. So let's load it first with some of the media that Asea has preloaded into our app. You can load your playlist with products, with pages, with media, and things that you upload yourself, and I'll show you how to do that as we go. So once you click on media, you want to scroll down, and you will be scrolling through all kinds of content and things that you can build playlists with. But I want you to scroll down and find this piece of media, because we're building our playlist based on an income opportunity. So then you click that little blue plus button and it will add it. It will ask you, oops. When you click the plus button, it's asking you, well, where do you want me to put this piece of content, this piece of media? So you want to click on playlists. And when you do that, you'll see the very first playlist that you created is right at the top there, income opportunity. So you click on that blue plus button and it will add this to that income opportunity playlist. And if you're successful at it, I'll show you here as we go when add another piece of content, you will see down here at the bottom, you will see a green message that says this piece of media has been added to your playlist successfully. So then you want to go back and click the back button up at the top there because we want more than one piece of content in this playlist. So click that back button and go back to media again because we want to add another piece of media here. Scroll down again until you find another piece of media related to an income opportunity. And just like before, you're going to hit that little blue plus button when you find the piece of media you want to add to the playlist. And then choose playlist again. And after you choose playlist again, you're going to add it to your income opportunity list. And then you see that green message. This media has been added to income opportunity. So now go up to the top and click the back button again. And then if you go to your playlists, see all again, you will see your income opportunity playlist. This one says no items, but when you look at yours, you will have some items in your income opportunity playlist. So now you choose that income opportunity playlist and you go down to the blue button that says share link. So you can either share it to a contact like Cindy showed you earlier when she chose Debbie Wexler because she chose that contact smart link, or you can get a general share link, or you can actually preview your playlist and see what your prospect is going to see. So if you click general share link, it's going to take you to some choices. So I like to click copy. And so I can copy and paste this link to my income opportunity. So you can either share it to mail or messages. You probably have some social media options if you scroll more to the right side. But that link is copied to your clipboard. And then all you have to do is paste it in that text message or in your mail. These are some of the playlists I've built so far. I'm the one that says medical has no items in it. So that's the one I'm working on now. Then I have the income opportunity. I have Redux Mind. I have a playlist for athletes, one for all the science. There's Discover Asea or Discover Redux, Self Performance, Radiance, and that last one is Radiance Plus Asea, the drink. Interesting story. We were at a hotel a couple nights ago and met a gal in a restaurant who was a traveling nurse. And so we got to talking to her. She was interested in looking at our products and maybe an income opportunity. So we traded cell phone numbers. And the next morning, I was easily able to share through text the product playlists I've built and the income opportunity playlist I built because I spent some time pre-building them and creating them. Let me see. Okay. I think I doubled up there. Oh, so you can use Asea's content, its products, its pages, and its media, or you can upload your own content. So if you click on the share button again, it will give you an option to either create new media or create a trackable link. So when you click on create new media, it's going to ask you, well, put a description in here, what your media is, and then you can either add a photo or add a video. So for example, I would recommend if you're building out this income opportunity playlist that you go to your back office library and take a screenshot of the income disclosure statement. Now that will be on your phone, and when you click add photo, you can go find it and you can actually upload the income disclosure statement onto your playlist. Same with the video. On my income opportunity playlist, I've put Alan Noble's Thousandaire video link in there. So that will be right in my income opportunity playlist. And you do that just by pasting the URL for anything, a YouTube video, a Vimeo, any kind of video that's online, you can paste and put it in your playlist. And then you go to the top and click publish, and you have completed your first playlist. So these are all have a home in your uploads tab. If you ever want to share them again, they will be there in your uploads tab. So you can actually put this playlist on your My Site and make it a button as well. So you just go to My Site and go to your buttons page and then click the plus button. And when you do that, you have an opportunity to name your button and put that link that you copied from your playlist into here. So that's how to build a playlist. And I just wanted to give you another quick opportunity for some suggestions of playlists that you can make. So that's all I have for now. So thank you, Cindy. Back to you or Ed.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
over
Thank
to
you,
you,
Tammy.
Brenda.
All right. Thanks, everybody. That was a power-packed, almost 2 hours of content. Got a lot of information. I hope you've made some notes. These recordings will be available. You can go back right now to Asea United and find the live stream of this. I certainly encourage you to go back and review whatever segments that you need to kind of listen to, watch again, and we'll probably create some individual segments and get those out to you as well, so you can disseminate them to your team. A lot of content here, a lot of information from a brain trust of health information, business information. Thank you for taking time out of your day, wherever you happen to be, or your night, and listening to this. Let me just wrap it up by saying this. Our founders made a decision early on, before Asea was even a name yet, because they had a mission. I resonate with that concept. I'm a missionary's kid. I grew up on the mission field, so I lived around the embodiment of a sense of mission my whole life. And thankfully, our founders decided that the mission to get this technology out to the world was more important than the immediate payout that they were offered. And that sense of priority is a foundational principle of this company. And I think those of us that are a part of extending the legacy of our founders, and perhaps even our own legacies through this, buy into that. This is different than any other company that's out there. This is a foundational technology. No matter what else ever, I did my first live in the last few days, and I just simply said, whatever else you may do, in the pursuit of optimal health, it begins with redox. This is a starting point. It's foundational. And I just kind of want to drive home that sense of mission. You know, throughout history, people step up and respond when they buy into a cause, when they buy into a sense of mission. You know, my dad was a World War II veteran. And you go just, you know, look at the old Uncle Sam posters. Uncle Sam with that finger out, I need you. I want you for the U.S. Army. And that was a compelling message. My dad, as a 17-year-old, bought into that and volunteered to be part of fulfilling the mission for the cause of freedom. My parents were missionaries. They bought into a sense of mission from what's known as the Great Commission. That was a mandate to go in all the world and share good news. So I, again, lived around that sense of mission. I resonate with the sense of mission that we have here at ASEA. And quite honestly, the appeal to you is that we need more missionaries. We need more volunteers. We need people who will push personal comfort and complacency aside for a period of time and roll up their sleeves and go to work to fulfill a mission. You've got a limited amount of time that you can give to whatever cause you want to prioritize as important enough to give effort to. This is that kind of a cause. I just appeal to all of you, wherever you are in your history of involvement with this company. Maybe you're brand new looking at this. Maybe you're early on in your life. Maybe you're in the midst of a career. Maybe you're at the sunset. You're in the back nine of life, if you think in terms of a golf course. This deserves your best effort for whatever season you can give it. Give it your best. Just give it your best. Push comfort aside, push complacency aside, and roll up your sleeves and do something with this information. You know people that we don't know. There will be people that only you can reach, or the ripple effect of your word of mouth will reach people that none of us can reach. That's the powerful part of this. I'll just say it this way, and it can sound kind of heavy, but I'm not going to dwell there. I just simply want to say that whether you participate in the word of mouth mission here or not, many people will be affected by your decision. What that means is that if you're not in the information flow, if you're not part of the army, so to speak here, there are people who need to hear about this, product and business, who won't hear about it because you're not in the loop. You've broken the chain. Don't dwell on that. Dwell on the flip side of that, that if you do engage in this, there are people far beyond the scope of your immediate awareness, far beyond perhaps who you will ever even know, that will benefit from the fact that you told somebody who told somebody who told somebody, and perhaps their life is enhanced, perhaps their life is saved, their life is certainly extended, their financial health is restored, their physical health is restored, and you'll be able to know, you'll be able to just lay your head down at night and know that you were part of a noble mission. And so I wanted this to go on record that we all completed our assignments on time. We're going to finish slightly under the 2-hour time frame. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you, Cindy, for hosting it. Thank you, all of you, for listening in today. We just want you to join us in this mission. If you're an athlete, we have a place on the team for you. If you're a musician, there's an empty chair in the orchestra for you. Think of it any way you want. We just simply need you and need you to roll up your sleeves and get to work with us. So with that, I'll say God bless you. Thanks to all of you. Have a great rest of the weekend or whatever part of the day you're watching this, and we'll see you next time on the ASEA Highway.
Thank you all. Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody, for being with us.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Time to eat. Bye.